Bonjour, guys. Thanks for cooking with Tammy. Today I'm going to show you how to make the world's best French crepe. For those of you who say, what is a crepe? What is Tammy talking about? I'm going to tell you what it is. A crepe is a very thin, light pancake, and crepes are often associated with Brittany France, a region in the northwest area of France. But it became widespread and is enjoyed by so many people in different parts of the world. Personally, I love crepes because it has a very unique, light and fluffy texture. So let's get started. We're going to need 4 eggs, 1 1/3 cup of whole milk, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar or white sugar, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, a half a teaspoon of salt, and last but not least, about 10 strawberries to make our strawberry preserve topping. Okay guys, we're going to start by lightly whisking our 4 eggs together. And then we're going to pour our whole milk into our mixture. And we're going to continue whisking. Once we're finished, we're going to add our melted butter to the mixture. As well as our 1 cup of flour, which I'm going to place in my strainer to sieve or sift. Sifting is very helpful because it removes the lumps from your batter, as well as it prevents air from forming in our batter as well. So as you can see here, I sift my flour into my batter. Now that our sifting process is completed, we're going to whisk our batter until we get a nice silky smooth consistency. As you can see, our silky and smooth texture is achieved. So at this point, we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of brown sugar or white granulated sugar, whatever you prefer. And we're going to continue whisking. We're also going to add, last but not least, our half a teaspoon of salt. Once all of our ingredients are combined, we're going to now turn our skillets on medium heat to add about a half a tablespoon of olive oil to our pan or skillet. And let's be sure to use a paper towel or brush to coat our pan evenly with the oil. It's time for the fun part. We're going to take about 1/4 cup of batter and add it to our skillet. If you don't have a measuring cup, feel free to use a soup ladle. A soup ladle is about a 1/4 cup as well. Be sure to move your pan around to make sure the batter is spread evenly throughout your pan. Once our crepe is in our pan, we're going to allow it to cook for about 1 to 2 minutes before flipping it over. Once the sides or the edges start to curl away from the frying pan and air pockets start to form on the other side, we're going to then flip it over and let it cook for an additional 30 seconds on the other side. As you can see, guys, our crepe is now finished. If you look closely, you can see that all of the edges are released from the sides and it has like a fluffy texture. Once I remove it from the frying pan or the skillet, I'm going to place it onto a paper towel and repeat the same process. Okay guys, just to give a quick overview, we're going to add oil to our skillet and we're going to use a paper towel or brush to spread the oil evenly throughout our pan. We're then going to use 1/4 cup of crepe batter and add that to our pan as well. Once we start to see little air pockets on the opposite side start to form, or the sides of the crepe start to release from the pan, then we know it's time to flip it over. We're then going to allow it to cook for another 30 seconds on the opposite side before removing it from the pan. We're then going to place it onto a paper towel and continue the same repetitive process until all of your crepe batter is finished. Alrighty chefs, now that our crepes are finished, we're going to move on to our strawberry preserve topping. We're going to need about 8 to 10 strawberries, as well as a cup and a half of water, as well as 1/3 cup of sugar. We're going to bring our water to a boil, and then we're going to add our brown sugar or white granulated sugar to our boiling water. We're also going to add our strawberries to that mixture, and we're going to allow it to reduce. At this point, our reduction time is going to be about 5 to 7 minutes, and our flame should be on medium heat. We're going to stir our mixture about every 2 to 3 minutes to make sure that it's not sticking to our pan. However, I'm using a non-stick pan. I would suggest using a non-stick pan, but if you don't have a non-stick pan, feel free to use a regular pot. However, just be sure to check at least every 1 to 2 minutes. As you can see, my sauce is starting to thicken up, and what we're looking for is a homemade jam preserve type consistency. This is about 3 to 4 minutes later of our sauce being on a rolling boil, and as you can see, it's starting to get really thick. And this is about 5 minutes later. And after about 6 to 7 minutes, our sauce is now finished and it's ready to be used as a topping for our crepes. When making crepes, I just love to use a strawberry preserve topping. It just brings out the flavors of the crepes even more, and all of the flavors complement each other. Enjoy, guys, and as always, thanks for cooking with Tammy. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe.